sealed matches, progression matches, and memes. This show has it all. Welcome to the Seal of Progrichalcos. Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Seal of Progrichalcos. Last episode, Tobias easily swept away most of our progression decks built from Legendary Collection Yugi's World. Understandable really, given we were playing Dark Magician, Moki, Uriah, all the bad stuff decks, and he's brought the scores up to myself on 121 and Tobias on 84, only 37 points behind compared to I believe 40 odd points behind going into that episode, so he's slowly catching up on me.
It's gonna take me forever to catch up.
For the bans, only one thing is hitting the ban list this episode, and that is Magical Scientist.
You're banning me?
Yes, I am banning you.
After getting cleaned out by Yami Bembo at the end of last episode, I can understand why this card is banned. Get it out of here, nobody likes this card. Right, let's move on to today's sets. First one being Enemy of Justice. Enemy of Justice was released on the 17th of May 2006, and this set is
worse than all the Kardashians combined.
Kind of atrocious. It's especially bad for sealed though. There's very little here just looking at the Ultimate Rares that actually ever did anything in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! You could argue Banish of the Radiance was playable in some sort of macro stun decks, but all of these other cards are pretty much unplayable. In the rares, I guess you got the Herald of Purple and Green that they later saw a lot of play in some Fairy Ritual decks, but back here, they're not too good. Forced Back is a funny counter trap. It just bounces the normal summon back to a hand, so it does set the opponent back on tempo, so it's okay, certainly good enough for sealed. In the super rares, all of these cards are kind of meh. Like Cyber Phoenix was decent enough in some machine decks back in the day, but nothing really to write home about. Clock Tower Prison though, this is the really scary card, because in sealed play, if either myself or Tobias get this,
the world will burn.
It's pretty much game over. There's like no spell trap removal in the set, so if you can establish this card and get 4 turns deep with it, you just win the game. Thankfully we are playing with old field spell rules, so potentially if Tobias pulls this and we pull one, we can hold ours to out his. That's like the only conceivable way out of it. So it might be a case where if we both have the Clock Tower Prison, neither of us want to play it because we don't want the other person to out it if we realise that both of us have it in like games 2 and 3. Nightmare of a card to deal with. In the Ultra Rares, they're all sort of meme cards, a couple of Elemental Hero fusions that did nothing. Destiny Hero Dreadmaster is a stupid win con, and Voltinus, even in a counter trap deck, isn't very good. Common wise, Bountiful Artemis is okay. Doomlord is another nightmare card. We do of course get the classic banishing cards here with Di-Fi and Macrocosmos, both of these cards being very strong. Then we also have some cards that saw a lot of play, obviously Emergency Call being a quintessential card for any hero deck, and Icarus Attack being very popular in Black Wings and any other sort of winged beast strategies around this time. So yeah, the commons actually probably have the most interesting cards compared to the higher rarities. Alright, let's have a look at our collection and see what we pulled. So we got a whole bunch of Battery Men and versions of the familiar possessed monsters. We did get the Clock Tower Prison. A couple of Doom Lords, not too bad. Mariner's funny. We got enough Emergency Calls and enough Die-Fis, which are to be expected, but obviously it's nice to get a playset of both of them because they are pretty good cards. We did get 3 Force Back. That is going to be very good for sealed. More than enough Icarus Attacks too. We got some Oversoul, that's fine. We did get loads of Winds and the Swift Bearman Joe, so potentially we do have enough Wind monsters to try and go for this if Tobias also pulled the Clock Tower Prison. Everything else in the set's kind of trash. Oh yeah, we did get the 3 macros too. So yeah, there really isn't that much that's good in this set. So yeah, let's hop over to Dueling Book. Well, this deck looks atrocious and hellish, and I am not looking forward to having to commentate this game.
Welcome to hell.
Let's just go by the card because there's no real pervasive strategy. It's just anything good and janky from this set. We've got 2 Batteryman D. This card has no effect. Basically, he's just a 19k defender, and that's, you know, if there's no 2k defenders, what are you going to do? You've got to take the 1900s sometimes. We've got triple Bountiful Artemis. Because we are playing triple Forced Back, potentially we can draw from this. Unlikely, but you know, it could be funny. And 1600 is actually a decent stat line on a 4-star allow. Triple Cyber Gymnast. This card is just a monster remover, so pretty good card. 1 Cyber Prima. If we are able to tribute summon this card, oh, I didn't actually realize we got this card. This card is just the out to Clock Tower Prison. If we can tribute summon this card, we just get to destroy all spells on the field. Very strong card, actually. Double Doom Lord. This card can just banish an opponent's monster for a couple of turns, and then it does return to the field, but it just sort of takes it out of action, so potentially allows us to get in, but it's just very slow at doing so because it can't attack when it does that effect. We've got a lot of fairies, so we are playing one green light and double purple. Green is another way to get rid of Tobias's Clock Tower Prison or any other powerful spell cards by discarding it and another fairy. We can just negate some spells, and likewise purple, by discarding it and another fairy we can negate traps.
There's just one problem.
If Tobias or myself is able to establish the Di-Fi or the Macrocosmos, we can't then actually use these cards because the cards have to be sent from the hand to the graveyard, and they can't be sent to the graveyard while these cards are on the field. We've got triple Layard the Liberator, so because we are playing the banished stuff cards, if every time we use our forced back, we get to recur 2 of our banished fairies to hand, so this could allow us to recur some good advantage with the Bountiful Artemis and also the Majestic Mech Senku. So this card has a piddly attack of 1000, but each time it inflicts that battle damage by a direct attack, we can draw 1 card, so, you know, deck then equals winning and all that.
Expect that to catch on.
We are also playing 2 Royal Knights, so when this card destroys a monster by battle, we get to gain life points equal to the defense of that monster. Unlikely to come up given this card has a low attack stat, but, you know, could be fun. We've got 1 Swift Bowmanjo. I'm not sure why, because we're not playing any of the wind monsters, not even in the side, so this is kind of an erroneous include here. I guess it's 2300 attack on a tribute, so maybe it's good enough. We've got 2 Celestial Transformation. This allows us to quickly just special summon fairies from the hand, so if we've got one of our tribute monsters, we can use this, summon out like the Layard, tribute it off for the Cyber Prima, or it can just be used to get in a bit more damage. Clock Tower Prison is of course the flagship card of the set and just an annoying pain to deal with. So during the opponent's standby phase, you get to place 1 clock counter on this card, and when there are 4 or more clock counters on this card, the player that controls it does not take any battle damage. So essentially, if you can establish this, live 4 turns, you're immortal.
Literally cannot die!
So yeah, that's going to be fun for Tobias to have to deal with. We've got 2 Di-Fi, double Grand Convergence. Because we are playing triple Macrocosmos, this is just a board wipe. H-Heated Heart is like the most budget rush recklessy of all time. It just gives your monster 500 attack, not even a quick play, so you can't use it in the damage step, but boosting your attack is necessary to clear a lot of the threats here, so yeah, we kind of have to play it. We've got 1 Elemental Absorber. This is a very weird continuous trap. Essentially, when we activate it, we banish 1 monster from our hand, and the opponent's monsters that have the same attribute as the monster removed by this effect can't declare an attack. We've got triple Force Back. This just puts Tobias back on tempo by bouncing his normal summon monster back to hand, which is great. Triple Macrocosmos just to banish everything. And then the 1 Miraculous Descent, this is essentially Call of the Haunted. It just recurs 1 of your banished fairies, which is awesome. We're going to open a Fistful of Fairies. We're not too bent out of shape about that. I mean, what else could we get? This is basically the perfect hand. Di-Fi is going to get fired off along with a couple of back row too. We're just going to go for the Celestial Transformation here, summon down the Royal Knight, and what the hell is going on, Tobias? You can't just use all these cards now. Sorry, wait a second, what is going on? Oh, okay, I guess you're not using that set card, even though I now know what it is. Well, we are going to banish the Royal Knight, summon the Cyber Prima, out the Di-Fi. In hindsight, that is a really bad call, because we have now lost our out to Clock Tower Prison. But we have managed to get aggressive and clear the Cyber Gymnast, so maybe this aggressive strategy might allow us to win. Yep, get those cards out of the grave, not that it matters too much. H-Heated Heart is funny. We're just going to go for the Bountiful Artemis, try and clear on in with these 2. Hopefully just put Tobias low enough to the point where even a Clock Tower Prison, should he find it, is not able to give him enough turns to live. Banisher of the Radiance comes down and is going to crash with the Bountiful. We're pretty happy about that. That means if we get the Miraculous Descent or we get a Layard, we're set up quite nicely. Right, our turn, Grand Convergence when we have the macro. Yep, we're going to set those 2 down, and we're just going to go for the Cyber Prima in. Prima Donna, girl.
All I ever wanted was the world.
Right, Tobias is setting and passing. Love to see it. We're just firing on all cylinders here with the Prima. She's just slapping these fools.
I see darkness. Only darkness.
Okay, that has put the clock on us. So we have got 4 turns to win the game. Why aren't we going aggressive with the Cyber Gymnast? We only have 3 turns left, Bembo. What are you doing?
The clock is ticking.
Oh no, Cyber Gymnast is going to get summoned. Ouch, the Prima. Yeah, that does work that way, because even under macro it's just discarding, so that's fine. Oh, we're going to go for the Elemental Absorber, discarding our own Cyber Gymnast to stop his Cyber Gymnast attacking. Our turn, we've got 2 turns left. This is hell. Right, we're going to summon down the Senku. We're going to go for battle, just try and get a little bit more chip damage in here. Tabas is down to 1600. And, wait, what? Oh, during the end phase of the turn, this card summons. Well, that card is terrible. Okay, Senku dies. Tabas is passing. Oh, setting and passing. Oh, God, this is terrible. Right, we can't do anything. Oh, we're going to go for the Macro Grand Convergence. Banish Tabas's remaining cards on the field. But it's almost too late.
Time has run out.
Because Clock Tower Prison is at 4 counters and we are out of luck. What are we going to do? We're just going to pass forever.
One eternity later.
Okay, finally we have drawn our own Clock Tower. We're going to fire that off, kill Tabas's one, and be able to use our Cyber Gymnast to pop the Oka and get on in for lethal. There's still 2 more games. Right, we've started in Misfortune. I think because
That's how I feel.
we're also going to go for the Macrocosmos right off the bat. We're just going to set down our forced back. Banisher will be summoned, and we're going to take the Sweet 16 here. Cyber Gymnast gets forced back, fair enough. Alright, we're going to take another 16. We're going to try this once more. We're going to go for the Cyber Gymnast, discarding the Di-Fi. Banisher gets banished, and down comes Oka. We're going to force it back to the hand, thankfully. And pass the turn. This is just diabolical. Right, we're going to set down the Miraculous, summon Royal Knight. Well, we're going to get Grand Convergence here. It's only fair. It doesn't destroy the Batteryman D. Your D is safe to blast. Don't worry about it. Your D is protected.
Is that a sexual innuendo of some kind?
Well, I guess we just misplaying that all over the place. You should have been able to keep your D there.
Why, I resent that innuendo.
We're going to go for the Doom Lord. It's going to get... it's going to banish the Whirlwind Weasel. Oh, I guess that works with the Swift Bear Manja, I see. Alright, we're going to get KO'd by the Oka, which is going to send it to the graveyard in the end phase. Oh, that's kind of a cool card. I'd forgotten that you could just normal summon it for free. Okay, we've drawn the Cyber Prima. That is pretty good if Tabas ever does establish his Clock Tower. Magic's Descent, though, is going to recur the Oka, which is very strong.
Oka borrow monies for Little Pond's food. Chief Danga know best. Ricky must work for Little Ponds to have good life.
Ricky will. Okay, Oka.
We don't like to see a big 2400 Chungus being able to tear through our field, especially when we're stuck with tributes in the hand. Oh, you're going to use Misfortune, deal 1200 damage thanks to the Oka on the field, and just pass the turn. At this point, we just lose. Well, we're going to go for the D, set down 2, and pass the turn. The Radiance will attack into the D, bounce off it, getting us a little bit of tempo here. Macrocosmos gets fired, of course it does. Bountiful Artemis gets summoned, and Tabas passes the turn. Our turn, we're going to summon our own Bountiful Artemis, and probably should have crashed with his Bountiful, just because that can actually get Tabas advantage, but you know, you live and learn. Alright, Tabas is going to summon down the Layard the Liberator. Okie dokie. We're going to go for our Cyber Gymnast here, discard the Celestial Transformation, pop his Artemis. Cyber Gymnast is going to crash with the Gymnast. We're going to go for the Absorber. We're going to declare light, banish the Royal Knight, and stop Tabas from being able to attack with light monsters. God, this set is just awful, isn't it? Right, Tabas is going to summon another Layard. We're going to draw the Senko. We're going to go for a Miraculous Descent here, recur the Bountiful, and use it to be able to out one of the Layards. Tabas is just going to set a monster, pass the turn. Our turn, we're just going to clear the other Layard and end the turn. Tabas is just going to set a monster, pass a turn. Okay, we got the Clock Tower. Might as well fire it off, just put Tabas on that warning stage.
Times are running out. Tick-tock.
Going to summon our Layard and head into combat. That D is slightly too chunky for us to deal with.
That's what she said.
And the Cyber Gymnast likewise. Voltec Dragon is going to get summoned. So because he chooses Battle around D, I can't target him with spell or trap cards. Not that I think anyone did target. Oh, I guess it stops me misfortuning him, I suppose. Right, he's going to then use... What is going on here? I'll use the Cyber Gymnast to pop our Bountiful Artemis. Not sure why you didn't declare an attack, but we're going to go for the Misfortune. Pick the Cyber Gymnast because we can't pick the Bagworm. And Tabas is going, why are you passing? Can't you clear my dudes? Oh yeah, he can't attack because of the Absorber. I forgot.
You're an idiot.
I totally forgot we had just iced Tabas's light monsters here. Well, this is going to be a game that goes on forever with... So Prima is going to get bounced back thanks to the Force Back, and then we're going to try and set it. We're going to go for the Force Back, bounce Tabas's Birdman Joe to hand. We're going to flip over the Cyber Prima. It's going to get Gravity Axe. We're going to go for the Cyber Gymnast, pop the Bagworm, and we're finally dealing with Tabas back. We now go for the Heated Heart, see if we can get past this other Cyber Gymnast, which we are able to do. Tabas is hopefully going to lose a lot of life, so we're going to go for the Layard in, using our HE to steal 1900, and then the Senko is going to do 1000. We're going to draw one, and then the Cyber Prima is going to be able to do 1300. Senko will die in the end phase, and this is looking pretty much game over. Not when you go for the Super Bearman Joe. That's going to clear out our Cyber Gymnast, and the Die Fly comes in afterwards. We're going for the Shattered Axe. Okay, that's going to like lose one Joe to another. Joe bounce all my cards to hand. I don't know what's going on. Well, Joe will clear Joe. We're going to discard the Shattered Axe for some reason. Force Back is going to bounce back our Artemis, and we're going to be able to clear this Herald of Green Light. Grand Convergence comes down. That is a very good value for Tabas, getting rid of both our monsters. We're going to go for the Senko here, deal 1000 damage here, draw one card, and pass the turn. We're going to go for the Artemis. Miraculous Descent is going to get fired off, and we well, we ended on a cheat there because we used a Herald, which we can't do because Microcosmos is on the field. I'm going to count that as a tie because we'd entered the 7th layer of Hell. Nobody was winning that game. Ignore what you see on the screen.
No contest.
Right, after that calamitous sealed match, we're actually moving on to Duelist Pack 1 and Duelist Pack 2, otherwise known as Jaden Yuki 1 and Chaz Princeton. So these two sets reprint obviously a lot of the classic anime cards used by both Jaden and Chaz in the first arc of GX. So for the Jaden Yuki set, you're getting the old Thunder Giant and Rampart Blaster as your rares, Skyscraper as well, Super Rares, you've got the Flame Wingman, you've got Burst Return, which is actually a kind of funny card to use Burstinatrix to bounce all the opponent's monsters to hand. We've got the Clay Charge, we got Steam Healer, Bubble Illusion is hilarious, and then in the commons we just get all the vanilla heroes, Double Man, Polly, Transcendent Wings, Drain Shield, and the Hero Signal. Not too many cards here that are very relevant. I guess like just the reprints for some of these hero fusions could be okay. I think Skyscraper is probably the best card here just because it actually enables little city decks to pop off. Looking at the Chaz pack, we're getting Arm Dragon level 10 as the ultra rare, which obviously we've got 3, 5, and 7, so getting a 10 would be pretty cool. Ring of Defense doesn't really do much. Super rares though, Magical Mallet is usable in some like Exodia builds. Inferno Atlas Summon has seen a lot of play in very fringe sort of OTK, FTK build, and I don't even know what this card is, the Grave of Enkindling. You only activate this card when a monster on your side of the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You and your opponent select one monster from your respective graveyard and spend some in defense mode. I guess that's like a weird recurral trap, not very good though. In the rares we get Infernal Incinerator, which is one of the worst cards ever printed. You get the VWs and some level cards. In the commons, Ojamas, VWXYZ, and the Armed Dragons. There's a lot of bad cards here. Not too many good ones, as you'd expect from these early Duelist packs. Right, let's flip on over to the collection and see what we pulled from each of them. So bizarrely we decided to open 7 packs of each of these Duelist packs, so we've only got 35 cards from each to play with, and looking at our Jaden Pulls, I mean they're pretty good. So for the Chaz start, we do get the ultra rare level 10 as well as the level 5 and the level 3 for sealed, which is obviously a very nice little suite. Level 5 is just great and sealed just as a pretty strong 1 tribute monster. Alright, let's head on over to our sealed deck. For our normal monsters, we're playing double X-Head Cannon, 1 Sparkman, and triple Burstinatrix. These guys are all just reasonably well statted. Then we are playing 2 Ojama Black, 1 green and 1 yellow, along with 2 Oja Magic and the Polymerization to use these guys to make our Ojama King. Now how on earth are we going to be able to use Oja Magic in this deck? Because there's not very many discard outlets. Well, that's where a little card like Transcendent Wings comes along. Using this, we have to send 1 face up or face down Wind Karibo we control, as well as 2 cards from the hand to the graveyard to summon the level 10 Wind Karibo from our hand or deck. So if we've got an Oja Magic in hand, that is just free fodder for this card, which is I guess, like a mini combo. Other than that though, like the Ojamas are pretty bad.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
And why do we want to summon Wing Dragon level 10? Well, this card is actually pretty crap. So during the opponent's battle phase, as a quick effect, you can tribute it to destroy as many attacks as you want as the opponent controls, and if you do inflict damage to your opponent, equal to the combined attack of those monsters. So it's just essentially a big bomb. As long as the opponent has monsters on the field, you can just use level 10, blow them up, inflict that damage, which is pretty strong.
However.
The one major downside of going in on this strategy is the existence of Armed Dragon level 5, who can out the Wing Karibo level 10 before the battle phase, so there's a slight conflict of interest there, especially when this card is at common rarity and this is a pretty sketch rare pull. But you know, if we can pull off Wing Karibo level 10 and get some funny meme moments going, I'm all for that. We are also playing 2 Y Dragon Head and 1 Z Metal Tank. These guys are just decently well statted and of course are able to equip onto the X Head Cannon, and if we can get all 3 on the board at once, we can go into the XYZ Dragon Cannon. Unlikely, but it could happen. We are playing 2 Dark Catapulta, so this card is one of the jankiest spell trap removal cards ever printed. Essentially, if it's on the field during our standby phase, in defense mode, we get to put a counter on it. And then you can banish a number of cards from your graveyard, as well as counters from this card to blow up that many spell traps on the field. So each turn, essentially, he generates a counter to potentially blow up one back row, but the massive problem is he has to be in defense mode to do that. So you've got to somehow get this guy in face-up defense mode, which isn't the easiest thing to do because if he's attacked by something stronger than him, he will just die. So not really a good card, but you know,
We don't have many options.
we are playing double Bubble Man, 1 level 3 Rottweiler and the Wing Karibo to round off the monsters. Again, none of these cards are very good, but you know, they could come up. 1 Spark Blaster. This is pretty good as long as we've got our 1 Spark Man. I mean, I say it's pretty good, but we've only got 1 target. We can change the battle position of monsters to potentially allow us to run over stuff like the Armed Dragon level 5. We've got 1 Skyscraper. This allows all our heroes to boost their attack by 1,000 when they attack a monster with higher attacks. That's kind of cool. Fusion Sage to search the poly. Double Hydra Magic to search your Jammer's poly. Triple Warrior Returning Alive. This can allow us to just essentially get more value from our Sparkman or Bestinatrix and the Transcendent Rings for the spells. In the traps, we've got the 1 Great Attack we pulled. A Hero Emerges is a pretty cool card, just being able to special summon a monster from my hand for free is nice. Double Thoronian Blast and Triple Hero Signal. Tobias is going to go for the old dual set plus a set monster and pass it on over. We're just going to fire the X-Head Cannon. It's our strongest dude. Might as well see what Tobias is cooking with. Ooh, the V-Tiger Jet. See, this is where Spark Blaster would come in handy, right? I'm going to set down our Thoronian Blast and pass the turn. Tobias is just going to pass. Seems good to me. We're going to go for the Armed Dragon level 3. Sort of try and bait Tobias to having to attack this dude. Yeah. Makes sense, but at least now we're able to deal with the V-Tiger Jet. Or we can just use the Thoronian Blast. And that is going to kill everything. Everything is going to get blasted into smithereens and the board is gone. Right, our turn. I guess we're just going to go for the Bestinatrix here to get a little bit of damage going on. And pass. We're also going to set a monster, pass the turn. Our turn, we're going to just keep the Bestinatrix train going. Waha. Fire off a couple of big fireballs here. But the Dark this is the situation where Dark Catapulta is cracked. We cannot deal with him. And in the end phase, he's going to gain a counter. Dark Catapulta is actually going to be able to use that counter to blow up our Thoronian Blast. Very strong, but thankfully the blast is just passing. What does Rottweiler even do? Oh, when it's drawn battle, we get to the target hero and poly and graveyard both to the hand. Okay, we're just going to set down the Rottweiler, pass the turn. Dark Catapulta is just going to start accruing advantage. Oh, get baited to us! The Ojama Magic, setting that down so we can bring forth Ojama Green, Ojama Yellow, and Ojama Black to hand.
Stop dancing!
Sorry, boss. Just trying to keep rhythm with that spirit key.
Your downfall begins now. Oh, activate my polymerization, fusing the black, the green, and the yellow to bring forth the king, baby!
Ojama Black, Ojama Green, and Ojama Yellow. Fuse and form Ojama King! Ojama! Ojama!
While this guy's out on the field, 3 of your monster zones get clogged. You're down to 1 other monster zone to pass. What can you possibly summon to beat the king? Right, you're just passing. We're going to go for the X-Head Cannon, and this is a great opportunity to get aggressive. X-Head is going to... Oh, We're going to get Draining Shielded. Tobias is going to slurp up a nice 1800 life points back to him. And the king is going to sit here. Oh, Transcendent Wings will be fired, and the Winged Kuriboh will tribute itself off to summon the Winged Kuriboh level 10. Alright, we sort of misplayed to infinity there. Essentially, the Winged Kuriboh level 10 did come to the field and blow up the whole board. That is a long and short of it. Right, Tobias is passing, his Dark Catapult is just getting stacked. And the X-Head Cannon is an actual threat. Right, we're going to lose the Rottweiler, but he is able to recur back our Burstinatrix and the Poly to hand. Tobias is passing. We're just going to set down the Z Metal Tank and pass the turn. Z Metal Tank falls. Well, we're going to set down the Burstinatrix, pass the turn. I feel like this is just never going to end, right? Like, how can Tobias kill the king? And how can I kill X-Head Cannon? I'm trying to hit the fast forward. So these games are just slow and boring. Right, we're going to set down the Burstinatrix with the while returning alive. It's going to die. Oh, shocker. We're going to set down the Winged Kuriboh and set down one back row. He's going to fire off the Transcendent things. We're going to go for the Transcendent Wings here. Summon out our Winged Kuriboh level 10. And now we just need Tobias to attack. Yep, we're going to go for Winged Kuriboh level 10. Blow up. Ah! Well, the king is dead.
Long live the king.
And now we are almost cooked. And yeah, we can't do anything. Oh man, I thought the king would carry me to the line there, baby. Apparently not. Right, game 2. Can this be a little bit more entertaining, please, for myself and the viewers?
I don't think you meant to say that out loud.
Right, we're going to draw into the Bowman, go for the Armadillo level 3, set down the hero signal. At least this way, hopefully forces Tobias to play aggressively if he has a strong enough monster. Which he doesn't, so we'd love to see it in the standard phase. Level 3, we'll level on up to the level 5. And now we can just get aggressive. We're going to summon the Y Dragon Head. Go for the Steam Healer, baby! Oh my gosh, you're getting absolutely wrecked. Oh, I'm getting wrecked by the negated attack. Fair enough. Okay, we're going to go for battle here. See what we're dealing with. The Winged Kuriboh.
So you live to die another day.
Okay, you can stave off damage for another turn to the boss, but sooner or later, I am going to be able to wallop you with these dudes. We're going to set down the black and we're just going to battle, and the Kuriboh is going to stave off the damage again. X-Head Cannon's going to come down, and do we have anything that can deal with that? Oh yeah, we're going to go for the hero signal when we lose the Y Dragon Head, pull forth the Sparky Spark from the deck. Our turn, we're going to go for battle now, and we can actually finally deal some damage. Please? Yeah, that's what I like to see. Tobias' life points are halved in an instant. Right, we're going to end the turn, and that's the game! Oh, that was just like the god hand for him to get the Steam Healer out as well as Arm Dragon level 5. Okay, we've got the full Jaden Yuki suite here along with the X-Head Cannon, so I'd love to see that, especially when Tobias has got his own X-Head. We're going to go for the XX crossover here as the two X's delete each other. Tobias going to set. We're going to go for the level 3, see what Tobias is cooking back with. Aha, it's the Dark Catapulter. Well, we're just going to easily take the damage. Thankfully, Tobias is able to clear our level 3 with the V.
It's everyone's favorite golden boy, Elemental Hero Sparkman!
Along with the Spark Blaster, and use that to turn the Dark Catapulter to attack mode. Going to deal with him simple snappy, and then we're going to get Chthonian Blasted. That was a pretty big swing and advantage. Right, Tobias' turn, and well, that might just be the game. Arm Dragon level 5 is going to come down 2400, and we are severely lacking our options now. We're going to set down the Dark Catapulter, and thankfully Tobias is attacking in the wrong order here, so we are able to preserve a bit more life total, but it doesn't look promising. We've got one draw, and yep, we're just going to clean out the X-Head Cannons and embrace death. Alright, our first deck we're not big city, we're not little city, we are abandoned hamlet in the middle of nowhere. This is bad hero. Before Stratos, without Bubble Man, what are we even doing? We're trying to play Thunder Giant. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to live the Thunder Giant dream with this monstrosity of a deck. So we are, of course, playing triple Sparkman and the Clayman to be able to access this guy. Sparkman has a dual purpose. Because we have both Shining Phoenix Enforcer and the Shining Flare Wingman, Sparkman is one half of their fusion material, and whilst you'd normally require another fusion that's really annoying to make, instead we can use our good old friend King of the Swamp as the substitute fusion material. In this way we can kind of cheat out some of these, I guess, better E-Hero fusions. They're still not very good, but they're funny, and you know, funny, good, I'm going to take funny any day of the week. So King of the Swamp, you know how much I love this boy. I'm a big fan of the old swamp. I'm a big swampy man myself.
What are you doing in my swamp?
So I love this card, can search anything in the deck. Basically this card is insane. D-Hero Diamond Dude. This guy is just living the meme dream here. We've got double Mystic Tomato. This can float on into the Sangan, and that's about it. And Sangan obviously searches basically everything in our deck aside from the Sparkman. Search Sparkman though, we do have triple E Emergency Call, very good card, especially with no hard once per turn restriction. We've got the one Graceful just to dig deeper, one Heartbeat Feather Duster, one Last Will. If we're using a fusion material on the field, this is a way of just summoning a dude from deck. We've got double Miracle Fusion. This is a way to be able to make the Thunder Giant using the Clayman and the Sparkman in the graveyard. Double Monster Gate. We can use this to tribute our Sangan, hopefully summon one of the relevant fusion materials, and then search the other relevant fusion material with the Sangan. Double O Oversoul. This allows us to recur the Sparkman and the Clayman to the field. Painful Choice. We can just deck Thin times a million, get all of these cards into the graveyard that we don't need, and then summon them back with the O Oversoul. Double Poly. One Pot of Greed. One Premature Burial, double R Righteous Justice. This is another spell trap removal, but it's a bit conditional. One Scapegoat, one Upstart, double Hero Signal, one Ring of Destruction, and the Say No Man. So this deck is exceptionally one note. It is summon E-Hero fusions or die trying, and I have a feeling we are going to die trying. Let's see what we can cook with our opening hand. Right, we've got Sangan, the Graceful, and the King, so we've got good ways into our fusion materials here. Tobias are going to go for the Pot, Drawing 2, and the Terraforming. Now, which of these decks are you playing today, Tobias? The Luminous Spark. Okay, either Chaos or Pure Light. Shining Angel will get summoned. Our turn. Oh, you love to see the equal. We're going to go for the Graceful Charity first, drawing 3 fresh-looking boys. We're going to discard the Mystic Tomato and the Last Will, very odd choice. We're going to go for the King of the Swamp here, discard that, grab our Poly here, and now, Tobias, are you ready to get wrecked by the Thunder Giant? Now, this card is a clean out to your Shining Angel. You're going to get no floating from me. Oh. We used E-Emergency Call to search Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. Add 1 Elemental Hero from your deck to your hand. Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. Elemental Hero. Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. I cannot even read one line of text. That is alarming.
This is why humanity's doomed.
Right, we're going to summon the Thunder Giant, discard the Sangan, pop the Shining Angel, and then summon down the illegally searched D-Hero Diamond Dude. Use his effect to pull out the R Righteous Justice, and this looks like I might actually win this game. I'm going to see how much the D-Hero Diamond Dude matters, because obviously I shouldn't have been able to search him, he should just be like a Sparkman, but we'll have to see what exactly happens here. Oh, ironically the Thunder Giant is being boosted up to 2900 because of the Luminous Spark. Oh, we're using your own fell against you, Tobias. Right, no man is going to banish the Solemn Judgment, and Tobias is going to go for the Nyan Nyan and out our Diamond Dude here. Right, our turn. Oh. If you can't beat 1 Thunder Giant, Tobias, what hope do you have against 2 Thunder Giants? Bum, 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 bum. And I think this might just be game. 429. I'm not really sure how Luminous Spark died, but I'll give it to you, sure. Right, Tabas is going to set down one back row, summon down the Freed. That is an out to the Thunder Giant. I will concede that. We'll lose one Thunder Giant here. And, the creature swap.
You took everything from me.
How could these Thunder Giants that were mine, my heroes have become villains as they're used against me? Thunder Giant is going to discard Marshmallow to pop Freed, and then we are going to take a big 2400 to the face. Heart of the cards. Mystic Tomato keeps us in the game at least. Gonna set that down, pass the turn. Tabas is just going to clear it. We are going to float from one Tomato into the Sangan, just because we know if we summon the other Tomato, it's just going to get popped by the Thunder Giant, and we're going to lose the value from that anyway. Tabas are going to pass. Oh, we're going to draw the Upstart. I mean, that gets us one card deeper in our deck. Not that I think it matters. I think we've kind of blown our whole load at this point. We don't really have much left in the tank. I mean, we've got to do it. Monster Gator! Oh. Well, Magic Jammer is going to be fired off, and Tabas is going to lose his signature card, the Air Knight Parshath. So we are going to be able to use the Sangan to get into the Clayman, because Sangan is distributed for cost. Tabas is going to summon the Nyan Nyan and start shaking her big
Boobies?
drumsticks at me. We're going to lose the Clayman here. His clay body built to last clearly wasn't that strong. I'm going to take the 1900 from the Thunder Nyan Nyan. We need a miracle here, and whilst it's nice to get the signal to the heroes when we've got no other monsters, that is just the game. Well, we summoned not one but two Thunder Giants, and we still lost. Yeah. Right, into game 2. We're going to go first, see if we can turn our fate around this time. Alright, the E-Cool, we're going to use that, grab ourselves the Sparky Boy from the deck. And then we're probably just going to go a bit conservative here, set down the Mystic Tomato and pass. Luminous Spark's going to get fired off along with the Nyan Nyan. We are going to lose one Tomato here, and Tomato is going to fetch us from the deck. The Sangan. Tabas is going to pass. Okay, this is the turn where everything has to change. Please draw a fusion spell. Yuck. Okay, we're going to go for the Monster Gate. Fire off the Sangan. Lose him, grab ourselves the Clayman, and then Sangan can fetch us the King of the Swamp. We're just gonna pass. We're just gonna pass. Oh, there's no way I can make my fusions yet, Tobias. Right, see whether you can deal. Oh. Maybe I should have gone old ham in it, but I suppose Creator's probably strong enough to out. Right, the Creator's going to get summoned. I feel like I probably should have taken the offensive chance when I had it. And we are going to lose our Clayman here, as well as 2400 when we get smacked on the dome by the Nyan Nyan. And then the Creator's going to slap us silly for 2800. Our turn, and I guess we've got to go for it. We're going to go for the Diamond Dude Mill. The Righteous Justice, not bad to see. Oh, that's why the Luminous Spark died in the previous game, because I was using the lingering effect of Diamond Dude.
Took you long enough.
Well, at least I established why that card disappeared, because I had no idea what was going on. Right, we're going to go for the King here, grab ourselves the Poly, and then we're going to go Poly, make ourselves the old Thunder Giant.
Thunder Giant's effect activates. Static blast.
And then we're just going to be able to punch on over this Nyan Nyan here. 400 and then 14 for 500 and then 1400 die. Alright. Right. This hopefully is.
Son of a.
How did I know that was coming? How did I know? Right, we're going to lose our whole board to the Vortex here. At least we have the Premature to recur stuff. And Tabas is going to pass. Oh. You've made the fatal mistake, Tabas. We're going to go for the Oversoul, bring back our Sparkman, and then we're just going to hit on him for 2100, chunking you down to size. Alright, the Oka! Okay, I'm feeling you. Oka's going to get summoned. We're going to lose our little Sparkman. Tabas is going to lose the Oka in the end phase, though. Right, main phase 1, I'm going to go for the Premature Burial, paying a hot 8 to bring back. Can we not? Oh. This card is unbelievable. Must be fusion summoned and can't be special summoned by other ways. What?
You've got to be kidding!
Why did they make that? Why does that card have that restriction? It's not even a good card, and it can't even be brought back. Right, we're just gonna go for the Sparkman then. 2100 beats. Hopefully Tobias is running out of gas. The extermination is fine. We are losing our hero signal here, all 3 of them from the deck. No more heroes will be called in this game, and Shining Angel gets summoned. I'm going to go for the Archetype Justice, pop Tobias' My Body here, and then the Shining Angel is going to fall to Sparkman, but I imagine you're probably going to go into like Marshmallow or something. Oh, just another Shining Angel, sure, fair enough. Tobias is just passing. I don't know why you're not turning that guy sideways. I guess sideways anything can get past him. We've drawn another Sparkman though. So Sparky Spark, let's clear these angels once and for all. The first angel dies, and that is the game somehow. Were you out of angels? Were you going to have to float into like the Marshmallow and then just lose battle damage wise? Sparkman. Who would have thought Thunder Giant wouldn't even be the one that carried us over the line, but Sparkman. Jeez, this deck is bad. Alright, into the all-important Game 3. Open hand, Tobias is just going to go for the Terraforming to start with. 2 back row plus the Powerful Food. We're going to go for the No Mana Extermination, get rid of the Magic Jammer. Thankfully Tobias only has 1 life. Then we're going to go for the Painful Choice, mill a whole bunch of useless cards from our deck, and Tobias is going to give us the Clayman. Or choice, we're going to go for the Clayman. Some of the activate the Righteous Justice, use that to pop the My Body because we want to get rid of that card before we go into our fusion summon. Then we're going to go for the Polymerization, using our 2 materials to make the Thunder Giant, pop the Freed, and deal a bit of damage. Tobias is going to go for the Oka, and that is going to be a very clean out to the Thunder Giant. So we've wasted all our hand for that, but now we are able to help for the Duster get the advantage down to 1 card each and go for the Sangan. Thunder Nyan Nyan is going to come down, clear our Sangan, and with Sangan we're going to grab the Clayman because at least this card can withstand the Nyan Nyan's drumsticks. We are going to set the Mystic Tomato though, float on into the Diamond Dude to see if we can pull some funny stuff with this. Diamond Dude is going to mill the Hero's Signal. We're going to go for the Ring of Destruction and pop the Thunder Nyan Nyan, both take 1900, and then Tobias is going to Call of the Haunted, bring back the Oka, and we are going to lose our Clayman. We're going to go for the Upstart into Progrichalcos, not too bad. We're going to draw 2 more cards. Set down 1 and pass. Tobias is going to go for the Terraforming, grabs himself the Luminous Spark, and we are going to lose our Destiny Hero here. We're going to go for the Hero Signal, bring back the Clayman, and then we're going to set down the Scapegoat and pass the turn. Clayman will die, and we're going to summon 4 little sheep tokens in the end phase, one of which is going to get tributed off to use our Monster Gate here. We're going to draw, mill out a whole bunch of cards. Where's our monsters? Oh, there we go. Finally we get into the Thunder Man and just lose the whole field to the Lightning Vortex. Right, at least with the Mystic Dancer we can fetch the Sangan. We're going to go for the Premature Burial, bring back the Diamond Dude, mill, lose him. Our next turn, we're just going to deck out here. Yeah, we've just got nothing left in the tank. We can't beat 2900. We've drawn the Oversoul, and yeah, Graceful Charity is just the worst card ever. Well, at least I died a hero's death. Deck out.
Better that than die as cowards. Move!
Alright, we might have lost playing Jaden Yugi's flagship cards, but will we lose playing Chaz Princeton's? This is level smorgasbord. Since we did pick up the Armed Dragon level 10 in the Chaz Princeton, and we've got the full suite of 3, 5, 7, we might as well try and mish them all together with our Horus line as well, because we've got the level 4, level 6, and level 8 for Horus, and just have some fun here. Come on, like, this is GX, you might as well just be playing all the bad decks, come on. We've obviously got the Jinzo 2, Triple Master Dragon just to float on into the Armed Dragon level 3, Sangan, and double Treeborn Fog, because this is a very good card at just being able to get summon R1 Tribute LV monsters. For the spells, we're playing Graceful Charity, Harvest for the Duster, the Last Will, triple level up, as its name suggests, allows us to freely level up one of our weak level monsters into its more powerful form, circumventing their summoning restrictions, which is awesome. Then we've got 2 No Mana of Extermination just to pop Tobias' back row, 1 Painful Choice, Product Greed, Premature Burial, double Smashing Ground, the Upstart, double Magic Jammer, 2 7 tools, and the Say No Man. For the side deck, we're playing more conventional stuff, including the Gravekeeper's Watcher. Now let's see if we can chaz it up!
Jazz it up! Jazz it up! Jazz it up! Jazz it up!
We're going to lose the rock, paper, scissors as is wrote in this series, but we have drawn a pretty strong opening hand with the ways to get from the level 3 into level 7 if we decide to sacrifice our entire hand to do so. Tobias is going to go for the graceful, fire that off, draw 3, and then discarding the My Body and the Sonic. But you're not still happy. Okay, I might have a chance if you're playing the Flame Lord. Thank you for throwing me a bone, Tobias, by playing this absolutely abominable deck. Like, we're going to go Flame Lord turn 1, discarding the Senju and the Manju with the Molten Destruction. Okay, I mean, this is the biggest Flame Lord I've ever seen, but it ain't gonna matter. We're gonna go for the No Manic Extermination, out to the Magic Jammer, and then Tobias, get ready. We're gonna go level 3. We're gonna level them up into the level 5, and then it gets better. Level 5, a level further up into the level 7. I think I realised a little too late this card does not work the way I want it to, because the Legendary Flame Lord is actually too big for the level 7 to matter.
You idiot!
So we just sacrifice our whole hand for nothing. Right, we're going to get blown up by the Flame Lord's effect, and then we're going to take 39 here. I think this just begs the question, what the hell was I thinking?
You weren't thinking!
Well, we got the Masked Dragon here. He's being boosted by the Molten Destruction. Might as well make use of this attack boost to clear the Sankan, get a little bit of damage in. Sparse will grab the Manju, which obviously searches him any of the ritual components he needs to make up another Flame Lord, potentially. The Sonic Bird is going to get summoned, grabs him the Incandescent Ordeal, and then we're going to lose the Masked Dragon to the Flame Lord, and Masked Dragon will float on into the middle Masked Dragon, who at least is able to stem some damage by not dying to the Sonic Bird. We're going to set down one card, and we're just going to clear out the Sonic Bird. Manju's going to search the other Flame Lord, and are we going to get 2 on the field? Yep, we're going to get the second Flame Lord on the field, and now the first one's got 2 counters on, so if I use another spell, it then gets the Raigeki effect, and we're just going to take a mountain of damage here as our final Master Dragon falls. Thankfully, we do have the Armed Dragon level 3. We'll be able to get a level 5 at the end of all this. Not that it's going to matter too much, because these guys are just too big. Yeah. Molten Destruction was the difference maker. Like, if you weren't playing that field spell, my Armed Dragon level 7 would have just hosed you. Right, we're going to go first this time. See if we can establish, like, a way to deal with Molten Destruction, like, with a Solemn Judgment. Okay, we're just going to go for the little horse here. Going to go level him up into the level 6, who is, I believe, from memory, a card that is unaffected by spell effects. So pretty good when Tobias is packing Hammer Shots and Lightning Vortex. We're going to set down the Solemn Judgment and pass the turn. Tobias is going to go for the Senju. We're just going to go for the Solemn Judgment, say no to that, and get him out of here. Right, our turn. Yeah, let's just be aggressive. Right, we're going to go for the Master Dragon level 3 here and battle on in for 37. I could have potentially gone for the Premature Burial here, but I think this is probably the best play to do so. And normally the level 6 has to destroy a monster to level up, so we aren't able to do that just yet, but Tobias is putting one on the field for us to easily swing over. We're going to Tribute Summon for our Armed Dragon level 5 and go for the level 6, clearing the Witch here. And then the level 5 will swing on in direct for 24. In the end phase, level 6 can rank on up to the level 8, who, as well as being immune to spell effects, during either player's turn can just flat out negate spell effects and destroy them, which is very, very strong. And that is the game, yes! Okay. We might have fumbled the ball badly in the first game, but let's go. Chaz it up, Chaz it up. Okay, game 3. We're going to Chaz you up so badly, Tobias. Game 3, Tobias is going to go for the pot, drawing 2. Summons down the Senju, grabbing the Flame Lord. It's basic stuff, Tobias. Oh, you're actually going to make the Flame Lord turn 1. Ah. Our turn, we're going to go for the painful choice here. Probably not a good idea actually when he's packing the Flame Lord here. You're going to send out all of our weak dudes as well as the Book of Moon and Smashing Ground. So also going to give us the Treeburn Fog. Probably makes the most sense given the rest of the cards actually would hose in there. We're going to set down the Treeburn Fog along with our Magic Jam and just take things a little slow here. So also going to go for the Molten Destruction.
Denied.
We lost that card. I'm not taking my chances again. We're going to go Magic Jam with that. Discard 1 Treeburn Fog. Lose our second one to the Flame Lord's effect. And then we're going to take 3,500 smackers here. Right, in our standby phase, we can float back our Treeburn Fog and then tribute him off for the level 6. Now we can go level up, tributing the level 6 to bring forth the level 8 3k attack with Omni Spell Negation. What hope do you have to stand against this dude? The boss is going to turn his Witch sideways as well as set on a new monster, and we are loving this. We're going to recur the Treeburn Fog, tribute him off for the Armed Dragon level 5.
I think she gets the point. She's about to get jazzed.
And now, as we clear both your monsters, you might be able to get 2 searches here, Witch and Sangan. That's insane. But what can you possibly hope to accomplish without... Yes! Yes! Horse too strong, baby. Chaz it up. Chaz it up. Finally, one of these matches goes to us. Alright, and that is the episode. We finally managed to win one of the matches right at the end here, so feeling a little bit good on that. At least Tobias is climbing up the scorecard ever so slowly. He will probably catch me soon if he continues at this rate. Next episode we'll be opening Power of the Duelist as our core set and Dark Revelation 4, which reprints all of the terrible cards we've just been getting in the last core sets. So yeah, more fun times in store. Thank you very much for watching. Do please subscribe to stay up to date with more episodes in the Seal of Progrichalcos. Goodbye.